The final slide I have is whether you should use pre-trained or your own model. And I can see some, like pre-trained. Maybe some people are like, "Oh yeah, definitely pre-trained," but maybe I can see value that people might have in having their own model. One of the common questions I have is, could I just train the model on my material? And the large language models that do amazing things are trained on really eye-wateringly large amounts of data. So I can say without much fear of contradiction that nobody on this call has the enormous amounts of data needed to do the training. Another issue is that what separates useful models from models that are just simply trained on huge amounts of data is something called reinforcement learning from human feedback. And the scuttlebutt is that GPT-3, for example, used a person decade of human feedback to improve the model output to produce such amazing results. So you probably don't have that, or if you did, that's a significant investment. So, as an alternative to that, I have two suggestions. One is to do supervised learning in smaller data sets. Like for example, I did a paper where we predicted Bloom's taxonomy level, and we only had about 100 items in that data set. But it is not going to make amazing textual responses. It's just going to predict Bloom's level. It did best at predicting level one versus the other levels. The alternative, there is an alternative. There's a framework called LangChain that allows you to query a document or a set of documents using the large language models. So they say answering questions over specific documents, only utilizing the information in those documents to construct an answer. You can also write items, although you don't actually need anything complicated. You could just take pieces of your IP, and if you believe OpenAI isn't, you know, stealing all that, put it into the prompt and say write an item about this. So you don't actually need anything complicated to do that, and it'll write an item about that piece of your IP. But you can also use this to link items to your material. So if you have an item bank, or you are interested in what parts of your proprietary materials are related to it, you can use a model like this. Of course, these models use large language models like GPT-4 or GPT 3.5. So, your information will be going off as part of the training of those.